Hello students, I'm going to solve this year's computer science paper. So you can see time allowed is 3 hours, maximum marks is 70. Please check this question paper contains 15 printed pages. Okay. Question paper code is given on the right side, this thing. And please check the question paper contains 35 questions. Please write down the serial number of the question before attempting. This should be followed very strictly. And 15 minutes is given for reading time, and then obviously you have started writing. Now, these are the general instruction. This question paper contains 5 sections. Section A to E, all questions are compulsory. Section A have 18 questions carrying 1 marks, which is the objective part here. Section B has 7 short answer type questions carrying 2 marks. Section C has 5 short answer type questions carrying 3 marks. Section D has 3 long answer type carrying 5 marks. And section E has questions carrying 4 marks. One internal choice is also there. So against part 3. And all programming questions are to be answered using Python language. Right. So we are coming to the first one. The first one is saying state true or false. Identifier are the names used to identify variables, functions in a program. And obviously, this is true. This is a true statement as identifiers are the user defined names given to the variables and functions. Okay. So this is the one. Identifiers are the names used to identify. Yes, this is correct. So this is the one. Now we are coming to the next one. The next one is saying which of the following is a valid keyword in Python. Okay. So valid keyword, which is valid keyword. Now false, if you see the first one false, this seems to be valid, but our keyword is capital F, so it is not there. Return. So return is also is a here return is a keyword. Okay, we know return. We generally when we want to return a value from a function. Non-local. Again, this non-local is a keyword, but it's not in a proper case. And none we know capital N. So obviously we can very safely say return, which we know. And you can write, for example, here if you write return is equal to 10 and try to run this code. So you will see that you will get a invalid syntax error. So for question number 2, the answer is option B. So option B is the answer, which is where return is obviously this R will be small is the valid keyword, right? So we have done this one. Next, we are going to question number 3. Given the following tuple TUP with 10, 20, 30, 50, which of the following statement will result in error? So tuple 0, obviously printing the first element. Tuple 1, slicing 1 to 2, which is correct. Len is there. And we can see very easily insert. There is no such function as insert. So option B, okay. Again, option B, which is the insert. There is, and what is the reason? There is no, the reason is there is no insert function method associated with a tuple. Okay. So this is the one. All right. So we come to the fourth one. Fourth one is consider the given expression. Okay. So here this expression is there. And which of the following will be the correct output if the given expression is evaluated? So let me first write this expression which is there. 5 less than 10 and 12 greater than 7 or uh, or not 7 greater than 4. Now, this is the expression, right? So I'm bringing the expression here. So this is the expression. So this expression is there, and we know the rule of solving this one. Uh, Whenever we have and or a not, we first solve the not. So if we solve the not, or even between this relational and logical, this relational operators and logical operators, first we solve the logical operators. So 5 less than 10 is a true, and 12 greater than 7 is true, or not 7 greater than 4, which is also true, right? So 5 less than 10 is true, 12 greater than 7 is true, and 7 greater than 4 is also true. Now, between and, we know the rule is first we have to solve the not. So it will be and true, or, and not will just change true to false. False. And after true, true, and false, and or, we will do the and thing. So and means this is true, true and true, or false. And remember, in true and false, or operator means if any value is true, the result is true. So this is the final result is true. So this is the reason why this output will be true. Okay. So let me see it once again. Given which of the following is will be the correct output if the given expression is there. So it is true here. So which is option A. So option A here, option A, and obviously the reason is this much. Okay, and we can also check this one directly. Okay, let me print this part. Okay, and let's always check. Let me run it. So it's true. So all right. Now we come to the question number 5, which says, select the correct output of the following code. Amrit Mahotsav at the rate 75. Okay. And s dot partition, uh, there is a space and print A. Now, if you look at this particular one, a partition function, so I'm just first making a text of this one. Amrit space Mahotsav at the rate 75, and A is equal to s dot partition, and here we give some space and then print A. So I have already done this thing. Okay, so let me copy this content here. So this is what is there. Let me see, at the rate 75. So there is a space between this also. Now what the partition function does, it divides a string into 3 parts. One part, first part will be before this space. The second part will be space itself, and then the part after this. So our first part will be Amrit, then the second is space itself, and then remaining will be this part. So let me see here. So obviously it is a tuple, so list is already out. So you can see it here. Option as Amrit Mahotsav together is obviously not correct. Amrit and then Mahotsav, two values are not there. So we come to the third one, the D, which is the correct one. So let me run it for once. So if I run this one, oh, this is, let me see, is it written capital A? Yes, they have by mistake. I think this is one error is there. It should be capital A in place of small a, right? So let me do the correction. But sometimes this things should be understandable. What is there? Okay. So because you need to know more as an output. So you can see this is the correct answer. All right. So option D. So I'm writing here option D. Option D, which is this one, and obviously option D is what we have got. So here there is a correction. Okay. So correction. Uh, is there. So there is a possible error also, or error may happen. Error, which is variable A is not defined. Variable A is not defined. So this is one consequence of this one. And if we do the correction, then obviously this option will be correct, which is the D1. Okay. So D1 is the correct option. I hope students, you have not done it. You have understood the thing and done it, because till the time it's not fully automated, there are always chances. But obviously, we human beings are more capable of understanding things. Okay, so this is obviously, so I hope everybody has done this thing. Okay. Next one, which of the following mode keeps the file offset position at the end of the file? Okay, so at the end of the file, now we are basically at two options are there. Now, at the end of the file means where you are keeping the file at this thing. So reading always begins at the start. R plus always begins at the start. W, it wipes out all the content. So it's very clear. This A mode, which is there, which is going to, which is the mode which is basically puts the files offset at the end of the. So I'm directly writing the answer of option. This is option, let me check it once again. This is option D. Option D is there, and here the which is the append mode. Okay, so reason is A mode, which is the append mode. Append mode sets the file pointer to the end of the file. Okay, end of the. It's always there at the end of the file. So we come to the next one, which is 7. Dash function is used to arrange the elements of a list in ascending order. So there is, for the list, it's very straightforward. So I will not discuss too much. It's option A. So option A, which is sort function. Sort function. So sort function without any parameters arranges the list elements in ascending order. In ascending order. Okay. So this is the one. Now we come to the next one, which is question number 8. All right. So question number 8 is saying, which of the following will return either true or false? So we know plus equal to is assignment operator. This is it is arithmetic assignment operator. This, so you can see it's very direct. It is option B. So here option B, which is the reason is the this operator, which is exclamation mark not equal to. Okay, so it returns true or false. Returns true or false. Okay, it's the one. Okay, so let me come to the next one, ninth one. Which of the following statement would give an error after executing the following code? Okay, we have Murugan. So this is the list. So print student 95. This is statement 1. So obviously there is no student 95. So it's a directly it is understood that statement 2 is a error one. Murugan equal to 99. Murugan is 99. This is possible. It will set. Now there is a student dot pop function. Now remember, in case of a dictionary, this pop function required the key. So key is not there. So this is also incorrect. So statement 2 and 4 and print student, it's possible. So we can see option D. So option D, and the reason is you can see first one option, statement 2, there is no key value 95 and POF method requires key to be removed. Okay, so this is done. So we come to the 10th one. Dash is the number of tuples in a relation. Tuples, you can understand, tuples basically means row. Okay, so here the row, if you see, it's attribute, degree, domain and cardinality. So it is degree is number of columns and tuples is cardinality. So option D for 10th, that's the key. Okay. Option, let me check it once. It's D. It's a cardinality. So reason, cardinality is the number of rows in a table. Okay. So this is done. Now we come to the 11th one. The syntax of seek is file object dot seek offset comma reference point. What is the default value of reference point? So it's very straightforward. Option A. So option A, the reason uh, default value of offset is 0. Okay, that is the start of the file. Start of the file. Okay, so this is done. Next one, dash is clause is used to select statement to display data in a sorted form with respect to a specified column. So this is also very easy question is there. If you have done the arranging the data, so it is not where having, which is order by. So we can write, this is the option B. So you have to be very careful only, I think, for writing the correct option. Okay. Option B. So the reason is order by, but it's very important to read it. Okay, let me display the data in sorted form. Okay, so order by clause, display the data in sorted form. Okay, obviously based on a column. Now we come to the 13th. Dash is used for point-to-point communication or unicast communication such as radar and satellite. See, infrared is there, but infrared is a very short wave. Okay, Bluetooth, they are very limited, and radio waves is not used for point to point. So what we got is the microwave. So option C. Okay, so option C, which is the reason it's why, because microwaves are used for point to point communication. Point to point communication. That's good. I think students shouldn't find it difficult. Now, what will be the following expression be evaluated to in Python? Okay, let me do a little uh, this thing so that I can explain you. 3 minus 5 mod 2. So the statement 4 plus 3 into 5 divided by 3 minus 5 mod 2. So now see, before we do this thing, remember, whenever we have plus, minus, multiplication, division, we always starts with this operator, which is multiplication and division, and left to right. So it is 4, 3 is 15 divided by 3, and we can do this thing also, it's separate here. So it is 2 divided, so remainder will be 1. Okay, so that is done. Then we come to the next one, which is 4 plus. So remember, it is the division operator and it will give the answer 5.0 minus 1. Now the result will be here 9.0. Remember, it automatically upgrade this value to 4.0 minus 1. So the result will be 8.0. Let me see, is there any option 8.0? Yes. So you can see this statement and let's see, it's verify what is the answer. Okay, it's 8.0. So there's nothing to, so this is the reason. So we can see option B. For 14, the answer is option B. Okay, the reason is this, right? So this is the option B. So now we come to the 15th. Which function returns the sum of all elements of a list? So see, sum of all elements is a built-in function which can take a list and this thing. Add total count is not there. So it is option B. So option B. And the reason is uh, sum function returns the sum of all elements in a list. Okay, remember it's a built-in function. Okay, it's not associated with the list, right? Now, question number 16. Fetch all method fetches all rows in a result set and returns a tuple of list, a list of tuples, list of strings, and tuple of strings. Now, fetch all methods, remember the rows are represented in the form of a tuples, right? Each is because the rows which is written are not modifiable. So, and it comes as a list. So, option B, the list of tuples. So, option B, again, it's option B, which is saying option B, which is reason is list of tuples. Okay, so fetch all method returns rows as a list of tuples. Okay, so this is one. Now we come to the 17th one, the assertion. Okay, so both correct, both are true and correct explanation. Both are true, but R is not. A is true, R is false. A is false, R is true. Assertion: to use a function from a particular module, we need to import the module. Yes, this is true. A reason: import statement can be written anywhere in the program before using a function from that module. Yes, that is making sense. Yeah, we need to mention the import statement before that. So in that case, uh, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay. So in Python, you can write this import statement. Just your requirement is before that. Okay. So that makes the sense. You do not need to write this thing. So 17th is option A. Okay. So I'm not writing. So this is the correct. And next, I'm 18th. 18th is a stack is a LIFO structure lasting first out. No doubt it's clear, correct. Reason are any new element pushed into the stack always gets position at the index after the last existing element in the stack. Now, whenever you new element get pushed into the stack, always gets position at the index after the last existing elements in the stack. Okay. So obviously it will be pushed there because at one end the heading is there and at the same end the elements are there. So obviously the element pushed will be after the last element, after the last exit. So this is also a valid statement and stack is a LIFO structure. Let's see once again, any new element pushed in always gets position at the index after the last exists. Yes, after the last element, whichever is there, and from the same end it's removed. So this is also a correct one. So this is option A. Why option A means your A and R both are correct, and um, R is the correct reason. I think R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, students. So here we come to the end of the section A. So now we will be looking at the section B. Okay. Question number 19. Atharva is a Python programmer working on a program to find and return the maximum value from the list. Code written below has syntactical errors. Rewrite the correct code and underline the correction made. Right. So I have already done this, copying this code here. Now, if you look at the first line, I don't find anything error in this one. But if you look at the next line, obviously here, if there is no such syntax where we use a bracket unless this is a, um, if you see, it's written working to find the maximum value from a list. So obviously L is a list. So list syntax is incorrect. So it is a error. Okay, this it should be square bracket. Should be square bracket. Okay. And to make the correction, we do it here. This is the correction. For A in L, obviously this is correct. If A greater than max, whenever this there, so as per the rule, we need to put a colon here. Okay, if A is greater than, then max is equal to A. So that's makes sense. Okay, and then return max. So here colon is missing. Let me see anything more which might be not there. Atha is a program working on to find and return the maximum value from a list. Syntactical rewrite the code. Okay, so this code is there. Correction is made. All right. So let me check this code. Though we have done it now. So is there anything which is still a point which can cause some kind of error? So, so this thing is like timing and moving. Okay, putting it here. Now putting it here. Okay. Let me test this function. Okay. Here, print, and I'm writing it here as a max num, and I'm passing a list here. Okay. Uh, 555, 444. Okay. So let me see the brackets. I think they are okay. Let me run it. So I think this is the error of coming because let me see this return is yeah, return is at right place. My side it's done. Let me see. 55. So it's perfectly. So we can see only two errors are there. Normally we are expecting four errors, but this time it is there. So this is the one. So we can underline. So don't forget to underline this case and this. So there are two errors are there. Error one. This is the error one. And the second is the error two. Error two. Okay, you have done this one correctly. Differentiate between wired and wireless transmission. So this is the 2 marks, at least 2 points are required. And differentiate between URL and domain name with the help of an appropriate example. So if we go for the answer, okay, let me insert a table for the first one, which is at least 2 points we can write. It is given as wired and wireless transmission. Wired transmission, transmission, and wireless transmission. Transmission. So there are different types of examples of wired transmission. In case of wired transmission media, uh, nodes are connected. Nodes are connected physically using cables or wires. Okay, cables or wires. That is the first requirement. And here, nodes uh, 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 are not physically connected. Okay, are connected using wireless media like uh, microwaves, microwave, radio waves. Okay, etc. That is the first difference. Second difference is that here, in case of wide medium, uh, the speed is very high. Speed is high. Okay. And here the speed is uh, low. Okay. Nowadays it's changing, but basically wide medium gives you the higher speeds. Okay. That is one thing. Then again, uh, wired medium is it is within a limited area. Okay, so because of the restrictions, it is within this thing. So it can cover a, a very big area, cover a very big area. So this can also be considered to be one of the example is there. And we have already said it's connected with the wire. So regarding the speed or the bandwidth, okay, speed and bandwidth, we can write here bandwidth, okay, bandwidth, and here also the speed and bandwidth is slow. Okay? And that's happen, and because uh, it's not the same depending on the uh, different towers which are present. So this, I think, these examples are there, and obviously, wired it is more secure. Okay, it's more secure. You cannot, and it is less secure because as this medium can be uh, nowadays against Stadia, but still it is not that much secure. The next one is between the, again we are taking at least 2 point URL and domain name. URL and domain name. Okay. This question was saying with the help of an appropriate example. Okay. So they want one example to be given for this one. So URL, it is the complete path of a resource like web page or file on the internet. Okay, on the internet. Okay. And domain name is basically it is the name of the server, name of the web server which hosts the uh, web page, hosts the resource. Okay, in that case is this. Now, what is the example? For example, if you write one URL and it consists of parts like example, you take it like HTTPS colon, let's see, msn.in, then you write a path cricket, and let's see, IPL, and then cricket dot html. So this is the full path is there. So if we go to this example here, the example, the msn.in is the domain name. Okay, msn.main is the domain name in the URL. Okay, so it is the, and you can see URL is unique for a resource. Okay, URL is unique for each resource, but domain name can be same for many web pages or resources. All right. So in the same domain name, you may have other kind of information which is present there. So this is quite possible, right? So I hope this one, you have done it correctly. Anyone? The next one is given. Next one is uh, given is the list, a Python list declaration, list of names: Aman, Ankit, Ashish, Ranjan, Rajat. And print list of names. So let me do a little, let me type this thing first. We have the names, list of names, and in these names we have Aman, Ankit, then we have Ashish, Ranjan, Rajan, okay, sorry. And this is Rajat, right? These are the names are there. And we are printing list of names, and in the names -1, colon -4, and -1 again. All right, so the typing part I have done, and now I'm copying it here. Okay, so here I'm copying this part. It's not required. Now, so you can see, I hope everything is okay. So list of names -1, colon -4, -1. So -4 means the last index, which is the Rajat. So as it is -1, so it will keep on reading the values. It's a slicing operator. So it will slice the elements from it. So -1, -2, -3, -4 is Ankit. But as we know, it will not take the Ankit. So it should be -1, -2, -3. Now the thing is that in which order it will print. Will it print in the uh, this order or this order? As you know, -1, so first it will print Rajat, then it will print Ranjan, that is -2. Then it is going to print the last, this one, -3, which is Ashish. Okay. So this should be the output. So let's verify it whether this is the correct output or not. Somewhere here, I think this is the syntax. Let me run it. So Rajat, Ranjan, and Ashish, this is the output. So I think you can easily do this one also. This is how many parts. Okay, A part is there. So part A is this one. So output is this one. Okay, output is this one. Slicing. So, and what is part B? Now, part B is again a tuple is there. Okay, so let me do it again here. 1 equal to 10, 20, 30. Then there is a nested tuple 20, 10, 20, 30. Then 40. Okay, and we need to print tuple 1 dot index 20. All right. So this is the, so let me put it here. Here also they're asking write the output. Now you see 20. Now index function, if we look for, uh, is there, it is index function return the index of the value 20. Now if you look at the value, there are twice it is there. Here it is and here it is. But it will treat each value, it will search from the beginning and it will test for the whichever is the first one where it finds, it return the index of this thing. So this is 0 and this is 1. So hopefully it should give the answer 1. So let me run it. So it is 1. So very simple one. So let me option here we can say the output is output is output is 1. Right. So now we come to the 22nd one. Explain the concept of alternate key in relational database management system with an appropriate example. All right. So what is alternate key? Alternate keys. So first thing is that it is a alternate key is basically it is a candidate key which is not selected or which uh, when we are saying there may be possibility. So I'm just taking as is which is not selected, okay, which is not selected as the primary key. Primary key. So what is special about this alternate key? Uh, it has unique values, but the values may be null. Okay, so this is something which is there in case of uh, alternate key. So we can take an example table. Okay, so let's see, we have a table employee, and in case of employee, we have fields. So we have the fields or column fields are there. Employee ID, employee name, uh, department. Okay, and then we have some things like email. Okay, phone number. Okay, and let's see, voter ID, PAN card. Okay, PAN ID. Okay, PAN number. Now you can see uh, if the primary key is employee ID, then The other which can be suitable here, the candidate keys, if we look, candidate keys. So obviously employee ID is the one. Then we have the email, phone, and pen. Now, obviously, it is sure that employee ID is given by the that department, okay, that organization. So it is possible, but the rest are the alternate keys, which are the candidate key, which are email, phone number, and this. So obviously, it is unique for each person, but their value may or may not be present. Okay. So this is for the alternate key. Now we come to question number 23. Write the full form of HTML and TCP. So, part A is the full form of HTML is hypertext markup language. Okay, so this is the language used for writing the web pages, and TCP, okay, which is transmission control protocol. Okay, now this particular one is use TCP/IP is the core protocol on which the internet works, right? So option, what is the need of protocols? Okay, now this is, so basically, what is the need of protocol? So protocols are basically, these are the, what we say, uh, necessary uh, instructions for connecting between two devices. Okay. So basically, protocol, maybe you are saying, see, when we initiate some kind of connection between, so we need a certain kind of uh, necessary instructions, okay, necessary and known instructions for connecting two devices. So protocols are required. So without the knowing the, so protocol also provide the interface for connecting uh, device for connecting devices or connecting devices. So if you want to interact with someone for sending and transferring data, so certain kind of for connecting devices and transferring data between them. Okay. So this is the requirement, because otherwise, if we want to if protocols are not there, two machines will not able to connect and they will not able to transfer the data. So this is very important. 24 is again a question which requires a little bit of okay. So let me check it for once. Type this code. So I have typed the code. Now the code is ready. Now let's see how the before executing, let us understand this one. So we have subjects. So these subjects are there in the list. Then subject, comma 5. So this list is LST points to that subject list. And 5 is the value of n and subject. Print subject. So obviously, as it is a list, it can be modified. So let's see how it is working. So for range I, so I value will be obviously 0 to n. That means n is here 5. So it will be 0. I is equal to 1. Then I is equal to 1. I is equal to 2. Okay. I is equal to 3. And I is equal to 4. Right. So what it is saying, in each time for len list greater than 4. Okay. If the number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So len list basically give the number of element which is 5. So obviously it's greater than 4. List I is equal to list I plus list I. So we can see this thing here. This list I is CS and list I is against 0 for both is CS, and you are joining together and replacing this thing. So it will be CS, CS. So then we go for the next one. So 1 is again, so you can see it's again the same kind of thing is there. Hindi will be there. Okay. So as see, we can easily see it at no point this condition is becoming false because we are not removing anything from the list, right? So for then the next one will be same physics, physics, chemistry, chemistry. So this will be okay. Let me write physics, physics. This will be chemistry, chemistry. Remember, this elements are changed, and this is a maths, maths. So in the list, all the values will be replaced by their twice. Okay. So let me check this one. Let me run it. So you can see this output is here. So I hope it's you must have done it correctly. So this is question number 24. So 24. So this is the one, and obviously the output of this one is we have got the output. The output is this is the output, right? This is the output. Now we go to this. This is here. Enter. All right. So this is the output is there. So now question number 25. Question number 25 is again one which for which we need to uh, give the output. So let me type the code first. Okay, I have typed the code. Now we are going to discuss the solution for this one. So let's go on to the solution part. So we are starting from this one, which is saying call 35. So obviously, if you go to this thing, x is equal to 35 and a is equal to 30, which is the global. So it can access and it can modify. Remember, the global keyword not only give the access, but it also allow you to modify. Now, if a mod 2 is equal to 0, so it's a even number, then x equal to uh, x plus a. So in that case, it is 35 plus, it is obviously divisible, so it is 35 plus 30, which is equal to 65. Right? Return x. So it is going to, in the print statement, it should be 65. And as by default, it's a new line character is there, but it is a hash. So it is going to print this much, right? Now we have a call. Next is call 40. In case of call 40, so remember here also we have we modified the, we have not modified it. So x is equal to this time 40 and a is still 30. So a is still 30. So x is equal to, I'm writing it directly, it is x plus a, which is 40 plus 30, which is equal to 70. And now this time it is going to print, it's already 65 hash is there. So because of hash, it won't go to the next line. And this time it will be 70 at the rate. So this is something should be the output. So let's check what is the output in this case. Okay. So let me run it. So 65 and 70 at the rate. So this is the output which is for this one. So so this seems to be the part B seems also, which looks a bit like complex, but its output is, but it itself is, the output is quite simple if you know what it means. Okay, 70 at the rate, right? Question number 25. Uh, Differentiate between char and var in SQL with appropriate example and name any two DDL and any two DML commands. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me do the first one first, and then I'm just writing char and var. Char n always takes n bytes of memory space. memory space. Okay. Uh, Irrespective of the actual number of characters stored. Irrespective of the actual number of characters. So it's waste memory. Okay. So it wastes memory. Where char n uh, takes maximum up to n bytes of memory space. It takes only the space required for the characters. Okay. So it saves memory space. So it saves memory space. Now, space and example, for example, we have a name char 20. And here we are storing the name as Raj. Okay. So it takes 20 character space. Okay. Character space. Obviously, the remaining spaces were the empty, were blank spaces. And the same thing if you do with name, char, varchar 20, varchar 20. So if you give Raj here, it takes only three characters. Three characters. This is done. Part B is asking you to give uh, any two DDL command, any two DML command. So DDL commands, data definition commands, I'm giving the most create, alter, and drop. And DML commands are, which are the most common one, insert, update, and delete. Okay, any two will give you full marks, right? So this is question number 25. Now we come to question number 26. So question number 26 is a section C. Okay, so let me write it here. Section C. So this is section C now. Okay, so we've come to the question number section C. So bring it here. Now, section C is saying if these two tables are there, how many rows and column will be there in the natural join of this two table? Now, you know, in natural join, uh, remember, first thing, the two tables are joined based on the common values present in a column which is present in both the tables. So loan number is present here. So you see loan number is there. And remember, and this loan number will not be repeated. This column will not be repeated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have here 5 columns. So one column will be not repeated. So in natural join, there will be 4 columns. So number of columns will be 4. So the number of columns will be in this case 1, 2, 3, 4. Low number will not be there. So number of columns will be 4. And what about number of rows now? Rows will be which are the matching rows. Now in this case, you see for this one, this has only 2 rows and this one has only, so it will only match with these 2 rows. So number of rows will be 2. Number of rows is 2. I hope this is understandable. Let's see the, is there any part? Yes, this is the part A. Now part B is there. So we have done the part A. Part A. Now we come to the part B. So in part B, it is saying, okay, there is a table given. Let me see, select F name, city. This is a worker table, WID, F name, first name, last name, city, and state. F name, city from worker, order by state, descending order. Okay. So you can see these 2 columns are there here. And in these 2 columns, we have, okay, we have to put this thing in descending order. So student, the first one is select F name, city from worker, order by state, descending order. So basically, we have the first name and last name, but it will be in the descending order of the state. So you can see the states names are given in the see, there are two states which are of in descending order. So alphabetically, U will be first, Uttar Pradesh, and this one will be there. And select F name and city. So first, the Sahil, then Veda, and this Delhi will be at the end, and this one will be there. Okay. So let me see. I've already put the data here, and now I'm coming to for the first one, which is select F name by descending order. Okay. So So if you this one, if we run it, F name city, so, oh, there is something which all right, I've given F name only just one, doesn't matter. So this can be corrected, I think. I should change here. Okay, let's see. So let me run it here. So you are getting your F name. So you can see street is one, which is the last one. So in the state we are getting this. Oh, but this is a bit. We need to give the city. So for the Uttar Pradesh is there, Sahil is there. Then again for Uttar Pradesh, is Veda Sharma is there. So this is the output for this one. So I'm going directly. So this is the data. Okay, you can even use this one. In case if you are requiring this one, you can tell me. Okay, so this is the information, which are the commands. And now we have the first one, A, which is the first, and its output is here. Okay, so output is this is the output. This is the output of this one. Right now we come to the next one, second one. Second one is so second one, just a minute, let me. So select distinct from worker. Okay, select distinct city from worker. So you can see the Delhi will not be repeated. The Kanpur will not be repeated. So if I'm writing it here, this one, and I'm running it here, you can see this is the output which you are going to see for the second one. Okay, so select distinct. So this is the query, and its output is from here. You're getting this is the output. So this is the output. Okay, so you got this. So let's see the third one. Uh, Third query is select F name and street, where N name is underscore HA. So there is a one letter is there, and HA, and then after HA there can be anything. So at least three letters are there, one letter before this. So you can see it's very easy to see that this HA is there. But afterward there can be this thing. So it's given an impression, maybe the only the Khan. But here you can see K is okay. And even Sharma will also come under this thing. Okay. And if HA is there, so this Bhardwaj is also, which is coming under this thing. Okay. So let me first copy the command from here. Okay. So this is something given like this. And it's, if I run this here, so, uh, what is the error is there? Oh, L name, I think what I've written, L name, where oh is typing error is there. So let me run it again. Of worker, right? So this is, so you can see these are the names which are there. But remember, we have to give for these people their first name and the state we have to give. So this is the output of this one. All right. So now we're coming to the fourth one. So the fourth one is saying select city count star from worker group by city. So you can see Kanpur is twice, Delhi is twice, Sonipat and Rupnagar is only once. So once again, let me uh, read the entire command first. This is the command, and if I run it here, okay, let's see. Let's say, okay, it's okay. So I will be getting something. Oh, is the error here? I think I've given a city, right? This in select city I've given. Let's account start with user. Yeah, this spacing was the issue. So you can see it's very easy. It will just count how many cities are there and their count. Okay, city name followed by the this thing. So we have come to question number 26. Now question number 27. Write the definition of a Python function named long lines which read the contents of a text file, names line.txt, and display those lines from the files which have at least 10 words in it. So we have to read the content of file and display only the lines which are having the 10 words in it. For example, if the content of the lines is this much, okay? So this should be the text, okay? So, so our objective is to read each line and check whether there are 10 or more words and they'll print those words, right? So it's quite simple. So I've already created this file with the data. Now what we are going to do is that we need to reopen the file in the read mode. So it's very simple, which is lines or text and read mode you can give. Now we need to read each of the lines. Okay. So for you can use read lines also, but I am directly a line in F in this file object. And now what we need to do is that we need to split into the words. Okay. So this can be written as line dot split. Okay. So it will split into words. Now, if this len of words is greater than equal to 10, then the question is saying if there are 10 or more words, then you have to print those lines. So then print the line, right? So this is one approach. So let me run it and see how it works. So the spacing is there. So what I'm doing is you can, it's correct, but let's say line equal to line dot r strip. So this is not going to uh, the space. Okay, so let me run it here. So you can see as per the output also there are two lines are there. He lived and he saw. So you can see it's here he lived and saw, right? So this is one solution of this one. Okay, so this is solution one for this one, and we can have another solution two. What we can do is that we can use here the method which is read lines. Okay, for read lines, let's say lines is equal to f dot read lines, and then we instead of this here I'm writing lines, and if I run this code here also we are getting the same output. So if you want, if you're interested in doing read lines, so you can use the read lines here. So this is question number 27. Now question number 27 is a B part. Uh, so you need to see that whether each part is compulsory or not. It's three marks each. So section B, so the instructions are given, but let me check this one also. Write a function count the words to count the words ending with the digit in a text file. So, so we have a file details.txt and these two lines are there. So number of words and with the digit are 4. Okay, so let me first create the file. So my file is ready, details.txt. And obviously here now, so it will be details.txt will be the name of the file, details.txt. So here also we can use almost the same code, okay? Even we can use, but it's as it in lines. So we just take the lines and we get the word. And what it is saying it here, if the word ending with the digit, so if there's a word is ending with a digit, so what we can do it here, we check the words are there, or then obviously we have to split into words. So what we can do, minimize this thing. So here split, if for word in we need a counter for counting this thing, so CNT equal to 0 in words, if it is saying ending with digit. Okay, so if word -1, which is the last character, is digit, in that case we have to do CNT plus equal to 1. So let me print the, is given number of words ending with digit are, number of words ending with digits are, is so here CNT. So let's see, we run it. So 4 is there. So let's see, this is one solution which is done. So this is a part A, obviously, part A, and then we have a part B also. Part B. So part B, this is again a solution one. Solution one. And let's see, we go for solution two. In solution two, what we can do is that we put the entire data read here. Okay. And then obviously we do not need this. So we write words equal to, let's see, this is looking sounds data. So data dot split. Okay, you split it. And then you are saying for let's see, word in words. Okay, if word -1, the last is equal to, no, what is digit? Okay, if it is digit, then in that case we have to do CNT plus equal to 1. So let's see whether this one is working correctly. Same. So this is also another way of doing the same thing. So we got the solution 2. Now we come to question number 28, which is again a table with some queries are there which we need to do. Okay. So we can, let me at least type the query so that we can do it faster. Okay. So just a minute. Okay, let's solve this one. Select min price, max price from computer. So min price is here 200. So min price is 200. And what is the max price? The max is highest is 4,300. So 4,300 is the highest price. Next is select company count star from computer group by company having count company is greater than 1. So for each of the company, we have to count how many such companies are there, but only those which are having more than 2. So more than 1. Okay, I mean 2 is only here. So Logitech is the one. So company name is Logitech and count star is 2. So it will be Logitech and count star is 2. The next one is, now it requires 2 tables, computer C and sales S, prod name and quantity. Prod name is here, quantity sold is here. Now, where the input is there, type is input, only for those we give the prod name and quantity. All right, and it should be present also. So let's see P001, which is the ID. So P001 is there. So for P001, the quantity prod name is mouse and its quantity sold is, in this case for P001 is 3. So mouse and 3 is the first one, mouse and 3. Next is next one is keyboard, which is P003. So here the prod name and it has the value here as 2. So keyboard is 2. Keyboard 2. And one more is their joystick, which is P004, and P004 is 2. So joystick is 4. Joystick is okay. What joystick, which is P004, P004 is 2. So it is 2. Right. So quantity sold. Next one, we are coming for the last one, which is prod name, uh, company, okay, here, and the quarter. From where this no additional is there, just if they are matching. So prod C dot prod ID, which is computer, is prod ID, and S dot prod ID, which are matching. So P01 is already there. So we have product name is mouse Logitech, and P001 is 2. So we can write mouse Logitech, and it is 2. Next is P002, which is laser printer, and company is Canon, and quarter is P002 is 1. So laser printer Canon 1. Laser printer Canon 1. Next one is keyboard P003, and keyboard is Logitech, and which is again quarter is P003 is 2. So keyboard Logitech, and this is 2, right? Then P004, which is there. So it is joystick is there, eyeball, and P004 is quarter is 1. So we can write joystick, joystick from eyeball, joystick, eyeball, and in this case of P004, the quarter is P004 is 1. Okay, and you can see easily then P005 and these are not matching. So these are the solution. Now the next one, write the command to view all databases, which is very simple. The command is show databases. So show databases will show all the databases present in the uh, MySQL server, right? MySQL server, yeah, right. It's okay. Now we come to the next one. There is a write a function EO replace in Python, which accepts a list of numbers. Thereafter, it increments all even number by 1 and decrements all odd numbers by 1. And if this is the input, that is the output, right? So I think we can attempt it directly. Increments all even number and decrements all odd number. So the function name in this case will be given as UF EO replace. So EO replace, which accepts a list of number and thereafter it increments all even number by 1 and decrements all odd by 1. So EO replace is taking a list L. Now for I in range len of L, we need to access the index. Without index, we cannot modify. Now if we check the value, okay, if you look at this, 10 has become 11 and 20 has become 21. And 35 has become 34. So it is the value. So if your L of I is mod 2 is equal to 0, then you have L of I plus equal to 1, right? Else we have to do L of I, because if it's not an even number, it's an odd number, it's equal to 1. Okay. So this is the function, and let's see, we take a list here, and in this case, the list, I'm taking the same value, 10, 20, 30, 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40, then I think 35 and 45, let's see. It's 55, okay, so 55. 55, then we call this function EO replace with the this list, and then we print the list. Okay, so we can print the list before, which is LST, and then we are printing the same list after. Okay, so this is after. So after list is this one. Okay, so this is the after list. So let me run it. So you can see all the changes have been done. So it is making sense. So this is the solution of this code. All right. So let me make a little bigger this one with some spacing. This is this code which is required. All right. Next one is also okay, leave it. It's there. Okay, a list contains the following records of a customer name, room type. Write the operation following user-defined function to perform the given operation on the stack named hotel. Push customer and which push the customer names of those customers who are staying in the deluxe room type. Right, and pop cust to pop the names of the customers from the stack and display them, and also display underflow when there are no more customers in the stack. So if the list of customer details are like this, now this is a list, okay, and from this list, the list should contain only those names in the stack which are having deluxe, which are Siddharth and Jerry, and the output will be, and when we want to, and if we call the pop function, so so in the pop function, if it is called thrice, so obviously it will give you the underflow error. So let's solve this problem. So this program can be done in many ways using a nested list also. But what we do is that we simply pass a list which consists of two values, which is the customer and name and room type. And to perform the given operation, there is a stack name hotel. Okay, so we have a stack name hotel, which is nothing else, just simply a list. Okay. Now we have a push cust. Okay, we have a def push cust. Okay, so in this uh, push cust, we are passing the customer. Okay, customer detail. Okay, which itself is a list. So it is saying if the customer push the customer names of those customers who are staying in the deluxe room type. Okay, so let's see. This is customers, and for in customers. Now this is a list. Let's see, it's a nested sort of a list. And here, what we do is that if the customer room type is deluxe, then its name is to be pushed in the stack. Okay. So very simply, if cust the room type, which is the second one, which is the one, if it is deluxe, in that case, we write hotel dot append. We do the only the we need to put the name, so we write a cust 0, which is the customer name, right? So this is the only part which we required. Def the next one is pop cust. So pop cust here, the very first thing we need to see, as a hotel is a very global variable, so you can use it. But generally, it is sensible if you pass this stack as a stack here. So this already they have given. There's a user defined to perform the given or stack name hotel. So let's see, hotel is there. Now, if we find this hotel is equal to empty, so you can print underflow. Okay. Else, it's you need to print the values which are present in it. So for cust in uh, hotel, but in the reverse order. So -1, and then we print the cust, or let's see, this is customer name. Okay, so let's see, customer names will do. We'll print the customer name. This now to put the data, what we do is there. So we take an empty list, lcust, which is equal to this, and let's see. We're going to put this records here, this 3 records. So we write n equal to int input, uh, enter number of records, right? Then for I in range of n, so we take data which is name, which is the input, enter name, and a type which will be, this is a C type, C name, and let's say this is C type, which is this time also enter type, right? And then what we will do, we put the this as a data which is a list which is C name and C type, and this data we are going to put in the uh, append it to the lcust. Now we call the push customer with this lcust, okay, list of customers, and let's see, we call this function twice, okay, even once. First time it is obviously give all the records which are present in it, okay. So pop cust is basically, this is, I've just given this underflow. So basically it is giving you only the last record. So this code is to be a little modified. It's not just, it's a showing, but it's not about showing. So what you have to do is that here cust is equal to uh, hotel dot pop. So it will remove, right? So, and then we are going to return the uh, okay, I think best is the, okay, here this function, it is printing under flow, and then it is here, uh, then it is returning here. In this case, it is returning, return the customer name, okay? Or you can even print the customer name, okay? So that is even better, okay? But pop function basically returns, so I'm returning this one. So we can just put this thing here, print, and there is one more, and there is one more, right? Okay, so this is the data. Let me run it if it is uh, free of errors. All right. So how many records? We have 3 records. So let me put 3 here. So the name is Siddharth, and room type is deluxe, deluxe, deluxe. And then again, the next name is Rahul standard, Rahul, and it is standard. Okay, this one. And then we have a cherry, and this room is also deluxe. Okay, so if you enter it, oh, which I think I've written push cust. Oh, that's I think key has gone by mistake, which is push basically. This, that is the compiler error, but let's see. We try. We have know the thing. So 3 records are there. Enter name, Darth, which is deluxe, and Rahul is standard, then cherry, which is deluxe. Okay, so let's see. So you can see this part is there, and there's an underflow, there's a none is given here because this function is when it's returning. So it's always better to even modify this to return so that the underflow will be there, this none won't be there. Okay. So these are minor changes which are like more when you do in typing the code, but in exam it still it will do. Okay. So we are coming to this one, and this is the code. Okay, so this is the one. So there are other ways also you can do, but I won't be going for this one. The next one is write a function in Python push vehicle, where vehicle is a dictionary containing details of vehicle like car maker and make car name and maker. The function should push the names of the car manufactured by uh, Tata. Okay, push the names of including all possible kind of Tata. Okay, this is the name, and this is the car name, and this is the maker, like this, and then the stack should contain this data. Right, so so here the vehicle itself is a dictionary. Right, so what we can do is here, let's see, we and any other information about the stack. So they have not given a particular name for a stack, so we are free to take the name of the stack, which is, let's see, uh, stk. So we have a function here, push, and in this push we are going to take a vehicle, okay, which is a dictionary. And what we need to do is that we have to details of the vehicle's car name, maker. So we have to go through each of the name of the manufacturer by. So we need to push the name of the car. So those car names which are made by Tata. So basically the keys we have to push. We have to check whether this maker is Tata or not. So for see, basically here keys means the uh, key and the value. So key is here the model, okay? Model in vehicle, which is the key. So uh, if the maker, which is I'm writing it here, equal to vehicle, you can write it directly also. I'm writing if model maker equal to model is there. So if the maker dot lower or upper, whatever you can do, is equal to Tata, then what you need to do is that you have to put that model uh, with that model in the, oh, this is the car name they have used. Okay, that is okay. Model is okay. So we can write this stk dot append, and we are going to give the model here in the this one. This one is done. So then we have one more function here. Uh, so is it is the push function they have said, and then they are saying the function should push the names, and then we can display it. So for display, let's see def dot show. Okay, and in the show function, if stack is equal to this thing, we can print stack underflows or empty underflows, and else for model in this is the stack. Remember, this time we do it in a reverse order, and then print the model. Right. So let's see the data which is given. Let's see the given as true, and this is Hyundai, which is HUNDI Hyundai. The next is Nexon, which is Tata, and Nexon, which is, let's see, write that Tata word in capital. And then we have Safari, which is also Tata. So we have Safari, and this time the Tata is in this form. All right, so we have a data here. So we will push the data equal to the file, and then we call the show function. Right. So let's see if everything is okay. It will give us the result. So it has given the same result, which is here written Safari Nexon. So we can copy this code. Okay, so this is the Part B, in case you want to attend, part B is also equally easier, right? So these are the question number 30. Now we are coming to section D. Okay, so let me put it here. Section D. Okay, so section D is starting with this networking question, and this is of 5 parts are there. This one. So let's see. See, one is suggest an ideal layout for connecting all these branches within Delhi. So this is one thing is there. But first we try to attempt the questions where we do not need to draw this one. So we start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 are there. So we have the first one and second is second one. Let me see if I can use the, let's see, this is blue first. So the first one is saying which is the most suitable place to install the server for Delhi branch. So you can see the branch where the maximum number of computers, which is the branch D. Okay, branch D, and reason maximum number of computers, and secondly 80-20% rule. Okay, so which says 80% of the traffic, network traffic here, network traffic should be uh, internal, and only 20% of the traffic should uh, move on the backbone. Okay, backbone, which is connecting all the. Okay. So we come to the second one. Second one, as I say, we will draw it. Okay, so we'll see this thing, but this is also simple one. Uh, Third one, which device will you suggest that should be placed in each of these branches to efficiently collect all computers within these branches? So, it's a very simple answer. It should be a hub or switch, okay? Because they are both of these devices can connect all the devices in a local area network. Uh, Telecom is planning to connect its marking department in Kanpur, which is 300 kilometers away. Which type of network it is there? Now, see, anything within 10 kilometers can be considered as a man. Land is within 1 kilometer, so 300 kilometers with no doubt it's a WAN. Okay, so the network is WAN, wide area network. The next one is suggest the protocol that shall be needed to provide help for transferring files between Delhi and Kanpur branch. The very popular protocol is FTP or file transfer protocol. So now we are coming to the diagram of this one. Basically, to draw this one, what we need to take care is that all the nodes are to connect to the branch D. Why? Because it is where the server node is there. So let me draw it first and then to show it to you how it looks like. So now I'm coming to question number 2. So very simply, just you draw the lines between the different branches, connect them, and give the distance between them here. So you can see all the distances there. Now, this is not the most suitable. Now the question says the most suitable layout to install. Now here, ideal layout. So the ideal layout required the shortest path between the different branches in order to connect to the branch D, which is the server node, where the 7 is there. So you can see 15 is obviously the shortest, so there is no need to change. 35 is there, other all routes will take time, and branch A is A to C direct part is the one which is the best. So this is the correct answer for this one. I hope you understood. So it's very simple. First, draw all the lines, then consider the branch in which the server is placed, and then you connect it to the this one. Okay, so this is all done. Now we are coming to the question number. All right, now this is select the possible outcome display by this one. So there's a random function is there. So how to do this one? So let me first copy some of the code so that I can explain you properly. Okay, I'm ready. Now let's see this m is equal to 5, 10, 15. This is there for I in range 1 to 3. That means it will only print 2 times. All right. So, so 2 lines, which is okay in all the cases. Then first equal to what is there? First is random dot rand int 2,5. So basically it is what value is coming. We see it here. Any value between 2 to 5 it will take, and 1 will be minus. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 will be minus from this. So if you do this thing, so it is basically 1, uh, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. That is what. Similarly, I think I'm writing this straight. So 3 to 6 means uh, 3 will become, no, minus 2. So let's see 3, 4, 5, 6, and minus 2. So it will be 1, then 2, then 3, and 6 minus 2 is 4. So this is what we are getting. So uh, brand int is also there. Yeah, correctly. Yeah, it has no such value, but it is the value between anything between here directly 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think all are these values. Now basically it is taking this as an index and printing. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the values which are valid values. Okay, which are the valid values which can come, and any one of the value is candidate here, right? So, and remember this function never puts the separator is in the middle, never at the end. So option D is already incorrect. Okay, it is incorrect. Now let's see from the first one. So 10, 15, 25 is possible, and 20, 25 is also possible. That is correct. So this option is correct because this possibility is there. This is not possible, and you can see because 5 is not possible, so it is not possible. Okay, and this one 30 is also not possible. So we can see very correctly. So here also we write not possible. Okay, or rather it was incorrect, so we write it as is not possible. So our correct option is option 1, which is the correct answer. So we're going to write it here. So our correct answer is option 1. Okay, which is this one. It's the correct option. Let me see if anything more is given. No, this is only given. Now they are written. Write the code that given. The code given below deletes the record from table employee. In this structure, employee code, employee name, maybe salary and city. Username, password, table exists as MySQL is the EMP, and these are the attribute of the table which is given here already. Now, statement 1 to import the desired library. So, the library is here. I'm just writing it directly here. So as we have done this thing, I'm deleting this thing. So it will be import mysql.connector as mysql what is given, right? So this is the directory. This is one. And then this data is there. Then we have created a cursor. Statement 2 to execute the command that deletes the record with E code E10 1. Okay. So we have already the, so we need to write the, we need to execute the command here. So to execute the command, we have to look at the cursor, my cursor dot execute. And what we need to do is that we need to delete, table name is, database name is EMP, and the attributes of the table. So they have, let me see, where is the table name? Let's see, the table name is employee, correct? So we want to delete the employee whose record number is E101. So this can be even directly written, okay? Delete from employee where your employee code, okay, e code is equal to, and this is the good thing in Python, we can write single quote now at E101. So E101, which can be written. This is the for statement 2. Okay, this is the statement 2, I think. Is, and that one is statement 1. Statement 1. And finally, they're asking us to delete the record permanently from this thing. For that thing, we need the connection object, which is my DBs here. So we have to write here for statement 3, you have to write my DB dot commit, right? So these are the 3 requirements for this question, which is the uh, 32 part. So we have done 32 part B. So 32A part we have done. So it is the, this is 32B, and this is the one, right? Okay. So part B we have done here. I think this is 33 somehow. It's not here. With me 33. So in 33 we have a this kind of a string based output a function, and it has also part B where I think this is something, some one more question is there. So either you can do this thing or this part. So we have done this part here, A, and 33 has part A and part B. 2 parts are there. So let's see, we are going to do this part first, which is the output one. So let me first type the code. Okay, let's solve this one. Now we have make new, this is pass. Here new string is there, count 0. For I in my string, that means we are taking all the I will take the value. I value will be one time it is N, it other time it is O, then it will be at the rate, and then it is 1, right? So these are the values are there. So first it is checking if count is odd number. No, obviously first case it's not a odd number, it's a 0. Then it will come to I dot lower. So lower of N. If it is I dot lower, which is not true, then in the new string, we will simply add, and remember, string is immutable, so you're going to add the N. So your new string will be N. Count plus 1. Now count value is now becoming 1. So we are tracking of this. C is equal to now 1. So obviously it is an odd number. So in this N, we are going to add this count. So it will be N1. Else part will be skipped. It will be count plus 1. So C is equal to 2. So obviously this time it will, this condition is false. I is lower, but it is not a character. So it will come to here. So it is n1 at the rate, and c is becoming now 3. So it's again this thing 3, and it's there. So new star is we are going to add the value of this one. So it is n1 at the rate. Uh, so 3 will be, we are adding here 3. Count is 3. C is there. So let's see it's working or not here. Mm, all right, I think we have missed something, which is the last value, which is 1. Okay, for 1, so we have done n1 at the rate, and so C is 3. So in that case, 1 which is there, so we are going to add the str count, which is in this case will be 3. Okay, so 3 will be there. So this is the, I think, so let me check this one. Enabling this one. Okay, let me check. So n1 at the rate 3. So this is what the output we have got, and it is the exact output. So output is which is n1 at the rate 3. So we have got this output. Now we are going to the, this one has also a part B. So we go to the part B of this one. Part 1, statement import the desired library. I think it is almost the same thing like the previous one. So I'm copying some of the code from here. So this is statement 1 is okay. Then statement 2, to execute a query that fetches records of the employee coming from city Delhi. Okay, so e-code, e-name, cells. So details of the query, city is Delhi. So we can write select the table name they have given employees. Employee city is Delhi. So it's very simple. Select star from employee where city is equal to Delhi. Is equal to Delhi. You can write it here direct. There is other way also, but there is no requirement as we can use double quotes here. And finally, to read the complete data of the queries into an object named details from the table. So details is basically is to get the data. So for this one, we can write detail is already given. So I'm writing the details is equal to my cursor dot fetch all. So fetch all will give all the records which are there in this one, right? So this is done. Statement 1, 2, and 3. I hope you understood. Now we are coming to question number 33. It seems to be a lengthier paper. Write one difference between text file and CSV file. Uh, Text file, there is no such separator character. Okay. Basically, if we look at the CSV file is a structured file, which consists of fields separated by characters, special characters like by default is comma or pipe symbol. Okay. So there's a structure in the file, CSV file. Okay, so it is basically consists of the fields which are there. And in case of text file is not has no structure. has no structure, is not a structured file, is not a structured file, and has no uh, such separator character. Okay, separator character. One more thing which is very important about is that uh, CSV files can be created using mm, Excel or any database program. Okay, that is possible. And mm, text file cannot be created using Excel or any database program. You can write it. It's this is what is 1 marks question is there. Part E. Okay, now write a program in Python that defines and calls the following function: courier add, which is takes the values from the user. It is like CSV courier.csv, and each record consists of list of fields, CIDs, name, source, destination to store this thing, and then courier search, which takes a destination as input and display all courier records going into that destination. Okay, let's write the code for this one. I have already created the template for this one. So basically the first function is going to add the record, and second function will display all the records which takes the destination and input, and based on that destination it is going to show all those records. So, we have the file name which is open, which is here.csv. So it is in write mode. You can do it in append mode also. And here new line is equal to blank space. Okay. So what we need to, oh, it's not right. Now next we need customer ID. So input, enter CID, okay. S name. So input, enter S name. Then we have the source. We have input, enter source. And then we have the destination. Destination is equal to input destination. Input destination. Right. Now to put this data in the file, we need the CSV writer, and for that we need the CSV module. So we are creating the CSV writer object. So writer object is, and we write csv.writer, and we put the file name here. And then this writer object has one method called write row. Okay. So write row, and we will write row need a list. So we'll create a list, or let's see, give it a name, row only, or record. And in this record, we write CID, S name, source, and destination. And this record is there. And finally, we have to close the file so that the data is safely, as it is better to put in append, because we are taking the data from the user, and then obviously next time it is better if we give append. Secondly, searching based on the input. Okay, so again, we need this thing. So we will write this part, and then we will look for the destination. So let's see, dest equal to input, enter destination. In this case, also we need the CSV reader object. So CSV reader object will be CSV dot reader, and we file object. And what, as there's no header is given this part, so what we can, we read each of the row in RDR. Now this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fourth one. So if row fourth object, fourth field is equal to the destination, then print the row. Now it is basically a search function. So search function needs a flag variable, which is initially false. And here we uh, set the flag equal to true, right? So we're considering there are more are there. And outside, if we find the flag is false, not flag, then we print record not found, record not found. All right, so this is a very simple one. So I'm putting the entire code here. So now we come to the question number 34. 34 is the school has asked the state manager, Mr. Raul, to maintain data of all labs in lab table lab. And Raul has created a table and entered the data of 5 labs. Okay, this data is there, lab name, in charge, capacity, flow. Based on the data given, above, answer the identify the columns which can be considered as candidate key. Now, what is the requirement for candidate key? First requirement and the most important, it should be unique. So you can see lab number is okay. And if we see a lab name could be considered because there is a separate lab and this thing. In charge is obviously no, capacity and floor is not there. So only two are there, which are the lab number and lab name. So for the first one, lab number and lab name can be considered as the candidate key. Considered as the candidate keys. Let's see the second one. A second one, write the degree and cardinality of the table. So degree is how many row columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Degree number of columns, which is equal to 5. And cardinality is number of rows is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do not consider the first one, which is a column name. So 5 rows are there. So this is the degree and cardinality. Okay, now the next one, write statements to perform the following. Okay, to insert a new row with appropriate data, increase the capacity of all labs by 10, which are on the high floor. Okay, so insert into table name. The table name is lab, and what we so basically you can see except for capacity, all are strings. So we can write it there. So lab 006. And let's see, this is IP lab, okay, informatics practice lab. And then charge, let's say, a into lab. And these are the values, okay, don't forget to write the values. And in charge is and capacity is, let's say, 25. And this is another thing is there. So floor, let's see, it is on the third floor, okay. Third. Okay, so this is the insert into this thing. And it has one more, which is saying increase the capacity of all labs by 10 students, which are on the first floor. Okay. So what we do is that update lab set capacity is equal to capacity plus 10, where we have a floor. Floor is equal to 1, where floor is equal to 1, right? And it is a or part which is saying add the constraint primary key to the lab number table. Okay, add primary keys. So or part you can do like this: alter table lab, add primary key, and in this case, which is a lab number. Okay, so lab number is the primary key, right? Remove. And next one is saying delete the table lab. So it's a very simple one. Drop table lab. All right. So this is here we come to the end of this paper. So, in my opinion, paper is moderate. It's not very easy that you can just uh, do it within. If you're not careful, you are bound to commit mistakes. But if you do it properly, you can score easily very good marks in this paper. So I'm hoping you will go through this paper and see like how many marks you can score in this paper. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. So, so I'm ending it here now, and and um, thank you again.